Indeed. Welcome back to Harem and Labyrinth of Another World Anime Review Episode number 4. Excuse me. This one is covering This one covering the 4th episode of the anime, Graduation. And basically, we're already on book 2 already. You're thinking, really? 4 episodes in, we're already on book 2? Yes, because I remember the book very fondly. Now, simply put, it does that roughly around the first chapter and a half of the book. So, here's basically what happens. The whole thing of this episode is basically Mitro's his first day with Roxanne. They come home after, let's just say, coming back from the slave trader. Or she happily puts her stuff down, sits on his bed, and of course, basically, he requests to touch her ears. Yes, he does this in the book. So, one of many things in the anime they kept in, which they kept a lot in, given what happened here. Though they did cut one small bit here, maybe because basically I think a lot of people don't know what the heck they're talking about. I think my mom doesn't know what the heck this is. So, basically, they decided to do some shopping. Of course, they also request they request 2 rooms. Well, they request a double room, basically a queen-size bed. I sleep in one, so though it's a bit smaller than that one is. So, they decided to do some maintenance on the weapons, and of course, they go some shopping. Yes, some shopping. Where they have some clothes. And, of course, they also buy new cloaks because, of course, he had to give himself a new one because last got bloody from last episode. Then they just go buy undergarments, which this whole scene in the book is weird to say the least because apparently, according to Kogo, apparently the undergarments of this world are pumpkin pants. I've tried to explain this to my mom. I asked her if she ever heard of it. She's never heard of pumpkin pants. Nope. Pumpkin pants, aka leggings, or the way they show it off here, it's very short boxer style underwear. And apparently, also in this world, they don't believe in bras. Yep. So, after they buy all this stuff here, they go back to the inn, and of course, they maintain some equipment to go get something to eat. And then, of course, basically, the innkeeper comes by with some hot water. And this is basically what you're going to get for your titular bathhouse scene. Because, according to Roxanne, only the wealthy take baths. Everyone else use hot water to wash themselves. So, basically, first, after he gets himself undressed, stripped onto his pumpkin pants. I think in the book, if I remember correctly, I think he was completely naked for the scene. So, they have him keep it on. So, they have her wash his back, and then he asked to wash hers, and she said yes. Now, in the book, they describe her back as very hairy, which in the anime, no, the actual changes will look like her back is mostly smooth, with a little bit of hair that basically grows from the top of her spine. And of course, they describe basically as wolfkin, and while she also requests to make the equipment to use her old undergarments as rags to clean the equipment and wear the new ones. Of course, he does notice when she's doing this that apparently the tail does go from her tailbone near her rear end. But you'll see more of that later on. And after they wash her back, he proceeds to basically hug her and just touch her breasts. And of course, they had this thing where he kept touching her breasts a lot in the episode. And then right after that, then they proceed to wash her hair. Which this actually is completely accurate way described in the book. Where first you have Roxanne. I think they swapped the order of these two. Well, first is Roxanne put her hands on her chest, still wearing her pumpkin pants, basically her underwear. And then he proceeds to wash her hair. Well, first he washed her tail, which basically kind of keeps the thing maintained. I think in the book she doesn't really clean it very much. Well, they don't really bring up much at all. And of course he washed her hair. Of course, I think in the book that she does mention she has actual human ears, but she also has the dog ears as well. Which the anime, they cut that small bit of information out. And then right after, basically, Kaga washes her hair, and then she washes his hair. And then, of course, basically, Tries to get a little scared. Of course, maybe on the media, like, nah, do that later. Then he tells her basically to take off undergarments, and then they proceed to have sex. Well, first they kiss, and then they have sex. Yes, seriously. That is seriously what they do here. They have sex. Which, in the book, it's very quick, per se. It doesn't even last barely 2 paragraphs, basically. It doesn't describe in detail exactly what they're doing here. But yeah, they have sex. And then, like, the very next morning, they get dressed and they go off to the labyrinth. That's simple what happens here. The one thing this episode has lots of is lots of the weird censoring. And instead of having censoring the last episode, basically a little black mark. Oh no, let's have a bunch of computer images basically censor nudity. Now I don't mind the censoring nudity part, but why the heck are you censoring kissing for? This makes no freaking sense on the part of Crunchyroll to do. Yeah. It's like they don't know how to censor it properly. Like, you want to work better? How about, I don't know, add a little steam there? Or basically you just didn't lie around, basically don't want to basically do that. No, we have to have these stupid computer images pop like, oh, can't display nudity, can't display nudity. Now this part, I don't know if you want to blame this on Crunchyroll or Passionate basically for this. I'm not sure who you can point the finger at for this one. But my guess is as soon as the season's finished, we're probably going to have uncensored version released. It's possible. I have not seen an uncensored version of this one yet. There probably will be one, given the fact there's a good amount of nudity in the show, so, and it's made by Passionate. Now, I should point out, though, yes, the series got a reputation for making this series interspecies reviewers. You might ask me this, like, Nick, have you ever watched that show? The answer is no, I've never watched it. The only show I've ever watched from that studio, aside from this one, is the 4th season of High School DxD, which I've heard rumor been swirling the internet for the past couple months, that's coming back for a 5th season in October. They say, oh, this is confirmed. I've not heard any info about it much at all. It's just been a rumor I heard. So, am I looking forward to next week's episode? Yes, definitely. Because we're probably going to get a chance to see some action. Here it's basically just preparing for next episode. You can kind of see it as that. Despite the fact, yes, we got to have a sex scene here because the book had it, so why not have it here? And it's quick. It doesn't last very long. I think it takes up roughly just a couple minutes. It's not long per se. Yeah, it's really quick. And then, oh yeah, by the way, they also kept this in here from the book where he gave specific instructions, basically that Roxanne has to kiss him before they go to sleep and when he wakes up. And she obliges, no problem. Oh, by the way, she's completely naked when she basically wakes up in the morning because they just finished having, because basically the night before they had sex. Yep. But it's definitely a good episode nonetheless, though they mentioned the slave trader a bit here, where he briefly has some flashback. It does not appear in person's episode. Nope, but it's okay to mention him here. Yep. But not much to say this episode. It's a pretty good episode nonetheless, though I think the censoring part of it was probably, I think that was probably not good, but the episode was, the censoring was a bit ridiculous, to say the least. I mean, something like, oh, these windows, the cover-up nudity. How about, use steam or anything else but this? You could use what we used last time, just dim the lights around the area. Nope, we had to have this stupid thing happen again. Yep. But yeah, definitely a good episode nonetheless. Now, this is going to be pretty much it for this particular review. Next one's going to be return of a series I have not done in 4 months. Because I couldn't think of the review, not have something to review. Because now it's of a character in live action and what they changed for him. I will talk about that in my next video. What video is that? Comic history. Okay, next video. Bye.